Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is reality with D. Hold on. Hey, y'all. I always get tickled at myself because y'all know I love skills. Baby, skills have me eating stuff that, the big back society ain't got no business eating. But I be like, hell, she comfortable with her big back. Let me be confident in my big back. So that's the reason why. Um, I'm gonna talk about a few things in this video. I'm gonna talk about Dirt, Little Dirt, Young Dirt, whatever his name is, and I'm gonna talk about Dr. Heavenly, Phaedra Parks, and she called Phaedra Parks, and then all these are gonna be quick little topics because I'm just gonna jot here and there, and just a little because I'm gonna do a whole separate video on Laura Govan's interview with Carlos. But I just want to throw in, let's get it popping, okay? Let's go ahead and get it popping. I just want to throw in that it was surprising to me the amount of compassion that he had for Laura dealing with Laura and her situation with Gilbert. You are sitting there in front of this woman, and believe me, guys, I get it. I know that sometimes we are way too overprotective of Melody, but it's just, to me, you can see the overwhelming contradiction. Oh yeah, I want to mention Jennifer Williams and her little criminal I almost said boyfriend, allegedly. Now remember, everything is alleged, in my opinion. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell button. You'll be notified when I upload a video. And I want to give a shout out to Shay Renee Online. That's her first channel. And then Shay Renee Online is her first channel. What is the other one? Okay. Shay Speaks, I think, something like that. I got to see that baby yesterday, finally, Mr. Gary. What a cute little pie. But anyway, the point is, I just want to give a shout out to her. Her channel is back up, the Shay Renee Online channel. Subscribe to both her channels. That's it on that. But because we support over here. All 1,400 of you, all Mikasa is Sukasa. Okay? Even the person who went out there and said, you just speaking gibberish. When I said that, I felt like Nell is Melody's friend, and we should just stay out of that. Give our opinion on the commentary. Give our opinion on what happened between Nell and Fence Tooth. But at the same time, we just have to stay out of her friendships with Shanita and Miss Nell. I'm backing up off of that, because that lady got, like I said, she got the right to be friends with whoever she wants to. We can't keep throwing salt in whatever friendships you had over there talking about. Oh, well, they backstab you, that ain't your friend. We as friends backstab each other. It happens, y'all. Somebody gonna talk about somebody gonna talk about somebody behind each other's back. We're human. Okay. But anyway, it's just amazing to me the amount of sympathy and empathy he had for her dealing with Gilbert. And I'm like, isn't that technically the same thing that Melody has been going through over here? In some ways, I honestly believe that Carlos does not believe the severity of the situation with Motel Hotel and Melody. I mean, he has seen this woman be threatened. He has seen this woman be stalked. But he's sitting there in front of Laura, almost about to cry. And I'm like, as a human being, as a person, you don't see what's happening over there with Melody too. But that's just a little little piping hot tea I'm just gonna throw in there. But like I said, I'm probably trying to do a full video in reference to what. Well, this is a whole nother uh video worthy topic to talk about her. But I just noticed his kindness and compassion to her dealing with a man that's very similar, allegedly, to Motel Hotel. Now, let me talk about Motel Hotel and that builder's license. Child Bob the builder without a builder's license is over here building people's houses and stuff like that. Now I don't know about other states, but in the state of Mississippi, you can work up under someone else's license. My understanding is that Fred said, nope. Man, I told you to take the test. You can not continue to work under my builder's license. And what has Motel Hotel been doing? How is it that people are able to sue Bob the Builder without a builder's license with him working on houses and him not working under somebody else's license? Now, has he been working on a male's license? Because when you have to show paperwork upon arrival, when you take out, okay, let me just say, because I had a lot of work done on my mama's house, the one that she left me. And child, people have scammed the hell out of me. Taking some to court, my own classmate. And he was Bob the Builder without a builder's license, but he was working under his supervisor's builder's license. And when I sued him, his supervisor, Mr. Haynes, refused, absolutely positively refused to garnish his wages in order for him to pay for all these damages that he left in my mama's house. I still call this my mama's house, by the way. So that's neither here nor there. I mean, I just been scammed all the way through. I've had 10 contractors come in here and try to do upgrades to this home, and probably only one of them did all the upgrades that I want to, and then his black ass left holes in my cabinets that I had no idea about until I moved my baker's rack. So nobody has been just gave me A1 services with that. And my understanding is, and I saw this on ATROCIOUS, I think that's her name, saying that these people were about to sue him because of, him not having a license and all these types of things, going into their home and building a home, using their services and stuff. Well, him, providing them a service and sort of providing them a service, but at the same time, not really providing them a service. And allegedly maybe even using Melody's license. Man, I hope. Okay, Carlos, I hope this is the thing that takes you over the top and understand the illegalities that this and the lengths that this man is willing to go to. Him lying about not having income on the show in his bankruptcy hearing. Carlos, you're going to have to cut him loose. He is a loose cannon. And I'm not saying that just because I don't like Motel Hotel and his 52 girlfriend. I'm saying this is because you are tainting your own imagery dealing with this dude. You think because he's fine, he's going to bring the ladies to the yard, I guess. But nobody is that, I will put it this way. Nobody that agrees with Melody sees his handsome qualities. Like I said, he can hang a suit. He has a nice smile that my understanding that Melody allegedly fixed. But with all that outer beauty, or whatever you want to call it, this man is a liability to you and to own network and to your show. But Carlos, you grown. You said you're gonna do what you want to do anyway. Go ahead, honey. Who about to tell you grown ish? That ain't my job to tell you what to do. Oh, it's so many things that's happened, like, just pop in my head. But child, this Dwayne Wade statue, my goodness, my land. What the hell? What in the entire hell is going on with that statue? That man looks like the Tin Man from the Wiz. You remember Nipsey Russell playing the Tin Man? Like when I think when he used to open his mouth to get the oil. That is Dwayne Wade's statue. Why? Why they do him like that? He looks a mess. I mean, he got the acorn jaws. I call it acorn jaws because you know how like chipmunks store acorns in their jaws and they look puffed out. You have to be from the South to understand what I'm saying. If you have, seen chipmunks and squirrels, they have a tendency to gather up as many acorns as they can and they stuff them in their cheeks. So I call Dwayne Wade acorn cheeks. They didn't even capture his acorn cheeks. His jawline on this video, on this statue, is square. The fuck? That man don't got no square jawline. Anyway, moving right along to the next topic. The next thing that hilarious. The next thing I want to discuss is Rayj, child. Rayj is over there about to fight, allegedly, Quincy, Christian, and Justin, because they don't like what he said about it. Hey, young men. Let me say that again. Men, not boys. Y'all trying to make them out to be children. First of all, Rayj is one of your daddy's biggest minions. I guess he couldn't get in the entertainment business as quick as he wanted to, riding off his sister coattails, and her name was big enough for him to do what he had to do, so he got up on Diddy's titties. But let me just say this, with you all riding your daddy's coattails. Your dad ain't shit, allegedly. And you have no business going up to somebody, trying to confront them on something he said in the interview by giving his opinion. Y'all better stay y'all asses over there before y'all end up in the same position as your pappy. When I'll put it this way. I'm gonna use this for an example. When my daddy went through the things that he went through and my mama decided to stay with his ass, which I don't know why she did, but I'm glad she did in a way. But that was her decision, her choice. I say this, he was drinking heavily, okay? My daddy took accountability for his alcoholism. And I don't know very, very many people that has done what he did without getting help or seeking help, but he only had religious counseling and he stopped drinking for the rest of his life. Never took another drink and this is from, like, he passed away in 2009 and he never took another drink from 86 to 2009. That's strength, because it is very hard to break addiction without seeking, the proper assistance other than religious counseling. I say do whatever you got to do. But I said all that to say, I never once said, hey, I'm going to beat your ass up because you sitting over there calling my dad an alcoholic. I'm going to fight you because you calling my dad a drunk and he need to get some help. What the fuck? I look like trying to fight somebody over the truth. Child, I can't make this stuff up. That was Rayj's truth to tell. You over there trying to beat him up in sight of all people. The Hollywood abuser, allegedly, is the one who broke up the fight, child. Chris Brown. Child, I can't make this stuff up. Well, let's get on talking about Lil Durk. Now, I can't remember the guy's name that he allegedly put the hit out on. Rondo, Mondo, John Doe, Mondo, Sondo, whatever it is. My point is to say, Hood thinking. Isn't that the idea of the reason why you start rapping? So you can leave that damn hood mentality alone. So you can leave that over there. I get so tired of these rappers, aka Snoop Dogg, aka T.I., aka Ice Cube, living behind the damn gates and still talking gangster shit. It's annoying. I used to tell my nephew all the time when he decided that he wanted to pledge his life to the streets. I used to tell him, oh man, he's like, Snoop Dogg, my guy, Ice Cube, my guy, Ice Cube. And I love the way Ice Cube rap, he's my top 5 now, but I'm gonna keep it 100. Hey, Ice Cube, Lil Wayne, all of them. They're my guys, I want to be just like them. I want to be a rapper like them. And they don't take no mess. I said, Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, and Lil Wayne live in mansions. Let me repeat that. They live in mansions. When Snoop Dogg got in all that damn trouble and was found not guilty, you ain't got it like that. You can't pay hundreds of thousands and sometimes millions of dollars to get your ass out of the type of trouble that they get in. You ain't got it like that. Shout out to the hood niggas who ain't got it like that. And then you gonna look up to them for an example. But they say that little dirt give back. They say that little dirt is in the community, have boots on the ground. But why did you let jealousy, envy, and the street shit get you back involved in that? Like I said, becoming a rapper, gaining money, gaining fame, being able to give back. Isn't that the goddamn goal? And to stay out of jail. Right? The goal is to stay out of jail. Don't do it. If you want to run the street still, you might as well not to become successful. And then you got T.I. over there whose son want to live the life that he once lived and grew up behind the gate. Looking like a damn fool out here in these streets. Soft as cotton. But want to be as hard as a brick. Child, I can't make this stuff up. You seen it? Child, it is damn ridiculous. And this is a part of what's tearing the black community down. I'm telling you, I know what I know. I was over there on Facebook the other day in a Facebook group, and this white guy said, well, they kill each other. I said, everybody kill each other. I said, if you live in proximity to your neighbor, the neighbor is the person that you most likely to kill. Okay? It's not just synonymous to the black community. Although I would love for the shit to stop. I would love it. But it is what it is. What reason would a white person have to mail another minority? But then I'm gonna tell you this right here before I get started on it. Caucasian races, in my opinion, are real males. Okay, don't get that twisted. Sometimes they don't want you to move in their community. Sometimes they protest you moving in the community, and then I have no nerve to say, well, you in the South. Yeah, they do that everywhere. Because nowhere in my recent memory have we had to deal with the type of police brutality that goes on in LA. In the city. So we need to just say, when people say the South, I always say the United States, all 50 states. And when people leave Mississippi and head up 55 and end up in Chicago, and I'm like, police brutality is outrageous in Chicago. Outrageous. Have you heard about the Cook County Jail? But then you have no nerve to say that racism only exists in the South because your parents got in the car and headed up 55. where they didn't have to stop. Right on the edge of Illinois and Cicero, where they was lynching Negroes like it wasn't nothing while y'all was heading up 55. Child, I can't make this stuff up. Y'all better learn the history of Cicero, Illinois. Child, I can't make this stuff up. But then you look down on the people that stayed in the South with land. My point in that to say is they thought they were getting away from racism moving there, but then they surrounded them in a concrete jungle, right? Started building up cities around Chicago and keeping Chicago dead smack in the middle, being excommunicated from the rest of the cities and townships. And then these concrete jungles became areas where you fought like rats and roaches against each other. The gang violence. And every time somebody discusses black on black crime, that's what they mention. Black inner city America. And the number one city that they mention is Chicago. And then they call Jackson, Mississippi, baby Chicago. Okay? So don't get it twisted. I said all that to say, same thing with Southern Caucasian people. If you don't think they over there in them trailer parks not milling each other, you better think again. So I don't allow any people to enforce stereotypes without the proper statistics. Yes. Being a psychology major, we had to take 4 different types of statistics. And so before you can say anything to me about stats or what's going on in the black community, and you don't live in the black community as a Caucasian person, you can't tell me shit. If you don't have the proper stat, you can't tell me shit. That's just like when the same dude said. Sorry about that, I dropped my mic. Literally, I dropped. I don't think that was a black person trying to take out your candidate. So then he said that black people were lazy, all the stereotypes. I said, well, says the person who was descendant of the people who sat on their asses for 400 years and let somebody else build a whole country for them. So, I mean, we got some, in the laziness department, we got some catching up to do. So that may be why we lazy, honey, because we got there no cotton fields working for y'all for free. I'm just saying. That's neither here nor there. And building America, the whole country, the White House, the Empire State Building. Oh, all the Capitol buildings. I can just name a few things. I'm just saying. All the banks. Chase. Inventing pancakes, but, not getting credit for it. KFC, allegedly. I'm just cotton gins. Things to make your life easy. Assisting with actually being the person who put the filament in the light bulb. But, none of that we get credit for. Inventing rock and roll. This goes on and on. But, I said all that to say, look that. It was time to let all that shit go. Once you became a success and you became a pillar of the community, baby, they went around there and took that man key to the city right on back, just like they did there to Diddy. You cannot be two people. It's gonna be this person, this and over here. It's gonna be that person over there. Or you, because it's barely anything left in the middle. Excuse me, when you live that type of lifestyle. That's all I got to say about that. I'm moving right along. And let me just say one more thing about this voting thing. And it just really irritating me. You got a man over here. Now, I did a poll on my Facebook page. And I said, yeah, you know how the elderly people still use Facebook, right? But anyway, so I did a poll over there on the Facebook page. And I asked the question. I was like, do you think that former President Trump knew what this guy's views were when he was doing the stereotypes and calling Puerto Rico garbage? And they were like, yeah. Now you're going to have some Puerto Ricans that's going to vote for Trump regardless. That's what it is. But I find it so strange that, people have these same kind of ideas and as this man, and they agree with the things that he say when they're not talking about them. Well, he's not talking about us. He's talking about those other land people from Mexico. Then they find out you're talking about you too. Oh, he's not talking about us. I say the light-skinned black. He's talking about them other black folks eating the watermelon. Not talking about us. But baby, let me just give you a little history on watermelon once again. I think I did this before, but I'm just going to put it out there one more time so y'all can get it. We got the stereotype for watermelon when the slave cracker, and I'm not saying cracker, calling them cracker, but that's what they call crackers. That's where the name came from. Slave cracker, the one who was the overseer. When he was out there about to crack the whip, wouldn't give human beings, because, they thought of us as cattle, but, we working for free. Our ancestors. And you cracking the whip, right? And they would crack the whip on them if they wanted water. So, as intelligent as our ancestors are and coming from the continent of Africa, they knew what watermelon would do. So, as they're growing watermelon for massa, and massa wouldn't give them water, watermelon, these things they already knew coming from their respective other countries from the continent of Africa. They knew the type of hydration that watermelon provided. So that's where that stereotype came from. And baby, when I tell you, if I liked watermelon like that, it wouldn't be no insult that nobody could give to me to make me not eat it. I like watermelon. I just like yellow meat better. Hybrid. But, said all that to say, know your history before you get all embarrassed of some stereotype. Cause baby. But, so he got up under the black folks' crawl spaces when he said that his friend was over there carving watermelon. I would have been like, so? I'm carving watermelon, getting my ultimate hydration. Probably one of the most healthiest fruits on the earth. The healthiest. Not most. You can't use two double negatives there. But, yeah, the healthiest fruit on the earth. One of them. Pomegranate, being another. Know your history. Know your fruits before you start getting embarrassed. And just start. And this is what I do with stereotypes. I just reverse it back on. You call me a monkey. I'm like, monkeys don't have thick lips. I'm just saying. Because I've been called a monkey before. What I just say? Monkeys don't have thick lips. Call me a monkey, I say, black people didn't have to grow hair living in Africa. It was hot there. So We are hairless. Get them back. Just get them back with the stereotype. Throw it back on. I'm just saying. That's what I do. I'm just saying. You got to defend yourself, right? But on this voting thing, what I have to say this, and I say it again, I'm very, very disappointed in the stance that a lot of, especially black men, have taken against Kamala, because they have so been indoctrinated to believing that they are equal to, or want to be equal to, Caucasian Christian males, that they have taken on all the principles and ideals of these men, including what I found out is, a lot of so-called woke, shout out to Dr. Umar, black men do the same thing. Have no respect for a woman in authority. Because even though you call Caucasian women or black men that they Caucasian women, you call them, I don't swirl, and he dating a snow bunny and this, that, and the third and the fourth, you still can't support a black or multiracial woman in a leadership role. That makes you no different than the typical Christian indoctrinated black male, in my opinion. You haven't learned anything. Because if you want to learn something, learn our true history, and that our true history on the continent of Africa, we are matriarchal people. Patriarchy came with slavery. I was over there minding my own business, and a lot of people in these YouTube streets has been dropping these videos about what's Tia Phaedra, who got voted off Dance with the Stars, by the way, saying that she brought life back to marriage medicine. We know that's a lie. Says Maury. Maury said the lie detector determined that was a lie. Then she had enough nerve to say, they say, well, Dr. Heavenly has been saying that, and Quad said that you were, what did I say, that she really didn't bring anything to the show or something like that, allegedly. And then she says, I don't watch that show. I'm a Real Housewife of Atlanta now. Baby, if you think that marriage to medicine was the scum underneath your shoe, then why even join the show, desperate for fame, Phaedra? You thought you were so much, you're better than that show? That show that, by the way, you said could have saved your marriage. Because they're more about marriage than your current show. Well, it seems, Phaedra, and you ain't like no Scorpio I ever seen, because we are loyal people. But it seems that you go whichever way the wind blows. You only were saying good things about marriage to medicine when you were on the show, and they gave you a lifeline. I will stand by that. Nobody was checking for you, except for all these people who think you read Kenya that one time. That was the read of the sentence. That was the read of anybody's lifetime. It was not. It was very rehearsed. And if you go back and look at that whack ass read, you will see that she flubbed it a couple of times. Why you talking about me, my husband? You look at you and your husband. Why you gotta go get the sperm in a cup. And baby, $5, get a pizza. Right? And now check that. I was like, even honestly, guys, I will tell you, when I saw that read, I was looking at her like, what in the hell? Y'all go back and look at the whole entire reunion for that. Because I was like, so ready to get it out because, so she could, because she had it memorized, that what her and Kenya were talking about had no relevance to the read itself. Okay? But her and Kenya are in a better place now. So we're going to leave that alone. But, and Carlos seems to have all this protection for all other women except for Melody. He's over there protecting Dr. Heavenly, who, by the way, I stand by this as well. Before the millimeters ever laid eyes on that bitch, nobody liked her like that, except me. I would get on Twitter, now Twitter X, and have to literally windmill for her. Because I like her because I don't even like her. I said, because she got a loud mouth. And I was like, yeah, so do I. So does a lot of people. So how is it that Carlos let her get away with this lie that the millimeters are her problem, or the fans of LAMH? No, the fans of Married to Medicine are her problems. The fans of Contessa, Toya, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. Initially, Dr. Jackie is her problem. The fans of Mariah Huck, those are her problems. Now, I'm not saying that LAMH didn't add to the problem, but baby, she had problems prior to those messy Mondays because she's messy. Heavenly Elaine. What's her last name? What's their last Kimes? Heavenly Elaine, Dr. Heavenly. Let me give her props. Dr. Heavenly Elaine Kimes is her own problem. If you know, you know. If you watch that lady on that show, I to this day, I still don't see the connection between her and Dr. Jackie. And that's why the old lady gang was so jealous of her, or whatever they call it. The Golden Girls were so jealous of her. Because Simone, even though it's loud, it sounds like a screeching banshee from hell. But she and Dr. Jackie had a strong friendship that Simone just couldn't take heavily. So let's go back. Let's go back and talk about one more time her problems. Let's compare her problems to the millimeters. I named Toya, right? You got Eugene, who had been tutored and led by Dr. Damon. She caused friction in a friendship of mentorship. Dr. Eugene literally looked up to Dr. Damon. And I was like, he gonna back up his wife. Now, why in the world would you want to have an argument with your mentee? Somebody that, worked under you in a leadership role, who looked at you like maybe like a big brother figure. Here we are with this loud ass mouth, and I'm loud mouth too, so I can't talk, but I'm just telling you how it rolls in these here streets from the Twitters. Coming in between a mentor-mentee ship. Is that Melody's fault? I think not. A friendship of over 20 years between Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie. Millimeters? I think not. Mariah Huck being kicked off her own show. Did she come in between Dr. Hook and Dr. Damon. Yes, she did, because when I tell you Dr. Hook was trying his best to act like he was a strong man against Dr. Damon. See, Heavenly knows that she has a bulldog on her team. Right? So she knows that she could go out there and run that trap as loud as she can. And she has Dr. Damon's muscle. But Dr. Damon, you're going to have to stop standing up for wrong. Because 9 times out of 10, her ass is wrong. Loud and motherfucking wrong. Because as my mama used to say, there's always somebody out there that's bigger and better than you. Talking about a Morehouse graduate who I like, Cecil, and an expert in IT. Talking about that man didn't have a job. Did the millimeters do that when people were dragging you for dragging Cecil, Simone's husband? Did the millimeters cause that? I'm asking for a friend. I need to know. Did the millimeters cause you to run out there and get your so-called real good Judy kicked off her own show? Because I consider it Quiet and Mariah's show, because they the ones who brought the eyes to the yard for Married to Medicine. It is what it is. It's the truth. And then you came along, you did your thing. Big and mess. Dr. Contessa still wants to beat your ass. Even though I believed you when you said that old boy was emotionally abusive, allegedly. I'm with you when you're right. But that's neither here nor there. She still wants to beat your ass. Did a whole montage of you talking about the latest on the show on your YouTube channel. Did the millimeters cause you to do that? Did the millimeters cause you to accuse Dr. G of cheating on Sweet Butter Tea? Did the millimeters cause you to do that? Did the millimeters cause you to talk about that lady womb? Tell her she couldn't have no babies. And her womb was dried up, and your grandmama in heaven, or your mama in heaven, had a better chance of having a baby than she did. With that lady having the endometriosis. Which that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying. Did the millimeters cause you trouble then when they were dragging you about talking about another woman's female reproductive system? Did the millimeters cause Sweet Butter Tea's mama to want to whoop your ass? You said that yourself. Was that the millimeters? See, I know you haven't. I know your character on the show. Been watching the show since day one. Right around your age, as a matter of fact. Probably what you, 3, 4, 5 years older than me? I'm just saying. I want to know. The thousands of tweets against your ass every season. Was that the millimeters? Because usually, from what I see about the millimeters, they stay over there in their own lane. It's almost like they're in a different world. They only concentrate on what Mel is doing. They don't even have time to watch your show over there on Married to Medicine. So I'm sure. And plus, Married to Medicine cast out a wider net only because they're on Bravo. But if you were over there on being an all-black cast like that, you have probably about the same number of views as Huntsville. You only get a few more because of your connection to Bravo, even though that show is awesome. I'm just saying, let's keep it real here. And then in proximity to other white shows on Bravo, you still get lower ratings than all the other shows on Bravo. Because the Caucasian people like the housewives. And that's pretty much in the sector that they stay in. Same thing with the millimeters. So how are they bothering you the most? I'm not saying that some weren't calling, but a lot of the hate that you receive, I'm just going to keep it 117. I'm going to go out here on a limb and say a lot of it, most of it, a good majority of it comes from your ass on your show, sis. And with that, I'm moving on to the next topic. That damn woman got on this talk on Jasmine Brand of all places. With the tutelage, I believe, of the man who is destroying his own show. The king of reality TV himself. Child, I can't make this shit up. And with that, I am going to close. Thank you for watching. Again, shout out to Shay Renee for getting her channel back. Come on in, like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. And don't forget to share. Share the video. Why? Because sharing is indeed caring. Likes are important, people. I have one video that has over 1,600 views and only 63 likes. We have to make those likes match. Thank you for subscribing and liking my channel anyway. And as I do when I close, I am going to check them out. Deuces.